Welcome to Key Tech. Please describe this channel if you're interested in today's video. In an effort to stifle semiconductor development, the US has resorted to extreme measures. Lithography equipment, a key semiconductor material, has always been tightly controlled. The US once ordered lithography equipment giants like ASML to pursue and block them, imposing the strictest export regulations in history, leaving domestic tech companies helpless. Now, ASML, once a blind follower of the government, has reached a point of rebellion and stated that it will continue to ship high-end lithography equipment. Is ASML's eagerness to turn the tables thus a coincidence? US media have consistently stated, there's no way to control it. Previously, the US implemented a comprehensive embargo, not only forcing TSMC to cease cooperation with China in high-end chip manufacturing but also pressuring the Netherlands to restrict exports of deep ultraviolet (DUV) lithography equipment, a mid-range and low-end chip manufacturing equipment, to China. Data shows that China is ASML's third-largest market, accounting for 16% of its revenue share, and ASML's DUV lithography equipment exports to China are its primary source of profit. The US imposed the embargo at a single command, a move that clearly disregarded ASML's economic interests. Furthermore, the US retained its own market, continuing to export advanced chip manufacturing equipment to its own companies, while ASML's high-end technology was firmly blocked, unable to enter the Chinese market. This double-standard behavior left ASML stunned. ASML President Wenning had implicitly expressed his dissatisfaction. The more restrictive measures the US imposes, the more it will stimulate the innovation of Chinese companies, prompting them to produce lithography equipment that rivals ASML. Then, the Dutch lithography equipment that has been accumulated due to export restrictions will face a difficult time selling. Recently, the US demanded that the Netherlands further tighten its restrictions. ASML announced that it would cut off all after-sales service for equipment already sold, rendering the lithography equipment previously imported from China scrap. However, on the day the US-Japan-Netherlands trilateral agreement came into effect, ASML openly challenged the agreement, declaring that it would continue to ship the 2000i and subsequent immersion lithography systems, sending a strong signal of its renewed embrace of the Chinese market. This is exactly what the US media has said. There's absolutely no way to control ASML. As long as ASML wants to sell, the US is powerless. Industry insiders believe ASML's move is based on practical considerations. Times have changed. To achieve the goal of 75% self-sufficiency by 2025, Chinese scientists are actively overcoming technical challenges. It is understood that China has achieved mass production of 90 nanometers lithography equipment, and 28 nanometers lithography equipment is about to be delivered. This means that if ASML does not seize the Chinese market promptly, it will lose at least 30% of its market share. However, Even if ASML changes its mind now, it may have already missed the opportunity. After repeatedly disassembling lithography equipment, European researchers have been forced to acknowledge that China has successfully developed 100% domestically produced lithography technology, and achieving independent production may not be difficult. As a result, a large amount of lithography equipment in the West has become idle and faces the risk of production suspension. ASML President Wenning's concerns have proven to be well-founded. China's scientific and innovative capabilities cannot be underestimated. Throughout the history of scientific and technological development, examples of breaking technological monopolies are common. Whether it's the independently developed C919 civil aircraft or world-leading lithium-ion battery technology, the core technologies were initially firmly controlled by the West. In biotechnology, the targeted conversion of organoid genes has been monopolized by Japan and the United States for over a decade. With further breakthroughs in biotechnology, China may create even more surprises in the future, just as it has in the semiconductor industry. Wenning's innovation theory ostensibly acknowledges China's innovative strength, but in reality reflects European and American concerns about China gaining greater technological benefits. This phenomenon epitomizes the long-standing European and American mentality of technological hegemony. In the past, when China's scientific research was still in its infancy, Europe and the United States attempted to reap huge profits through technological monopoly. Then, when China's research achieved initial success, they resorted to various means to suppress it, such as issuing multi-billion-dollar fines, which are still fresh in people's minds. Now, as China's scientific research has achieved major breakthroughs in various fields, foreign companies like ASML have begun to show their support. This fully demonstrates the old saying, "Abandon all illusions and achieve independent technological development." The only real way out is to achieve independent technological development. As the saying goes, a good blacksmith must first sharpen his own tools. In the near future, cutting-edge technologies represented by photolithography equipment and enzyme catalysis may become the key to China's manufacturing industry's invincibility.